Okay, deep breath. 3 days later, we're ready to put the final top coat on this thing. So we're going to do EXO version 4, which is a wipe on, wipe off. Do you let this flash?
You gotta, on top of Ultra, you gotta work it in quite a bit.
Okay.
And then let it flash for probably 30 seconds to a minute or so. You gotta look for it a little bit.
But we can do large panels, large sections
absolutely.
like we have before. So you'll see. We're gonna have him go through the procedure here, since it's a little different than what I've done, because I've always done it on CSL.
Yeah, it should be similar as far as it kind of like rejects, kind of beads up.
Yeah.
So you have to keep working it. Yeah, you got to keep working it until the beads are.
Working it on application or working on wipe? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do a section and we'll just get into it. No intro needed. Same procedure as any old coating, right?
Pretty much, yep.
Put some on, get the pad ready to go. Create a puddle.
We can go a little further.
Puddle line, you can do a little bit more. Carry more distance, right?
Yep.
You have to be able, you don't have to be as nervous about getting this off as quickly.
Key to this, see how it's rejecting.
Yeah.
So you got to work that in.
Oh boy. No, Krenzel's not sounding too happy.
I think he's got the water off.
Yep.
So now we're going to do our wipe off.
So we're going to lose a little bit of our amazing slickness here. But we're doing this for more chemical resistance. We want to protect the coating.
Probably could have waited a little longer, actually.
So this is where EXO is a little bit more finicky. Notice he's wiping a lot more. You have to kind of push it around a bit more.
And that might actually get the light for this step.
So
With EXO, it's not so much, you can get high spots, but it's more of the haziness. It can haze.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure that you get that off.
What happens if it hazes? You're screwed.
Yeah, you're pretty much screwed. You gotta repolish it and start over. High stakes.
I wonder if I've hazed my 1M. I don't think I did.
You would notice it right away. At least outside, you might not notice it under these lights. But yeah, looks good. So we can keep going. And we'll go back this way.
So you could EXO the trim if you wanted to on top.
You could, yeah.
We're not going to, because I don't think it's necessary. I mean, we're going to get year plus longevity out of the out of the Ultra on the trim. People are going to be freaking out that you're making circles. Don't you know circle scratches are hard to get out?
Well, you can take your camera and look at that light right there and see all the circular scratches we're putting into it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the door, because that needs to set up too.
So, wouldn't you say that application at times is not an exact science? It depends on the conditions.
Yeah, humidity is a huge factor.
So, let's say it was more humid, we may need more time.
Usually, it depends. It could be less.
Yeah. How do you know?
Well, you know, as soon as you go to try to wipe it off. And then you don't make the same mistake on the next panel.
Yeah. It'll be more grabby, smear around,
yeah,
harder to get
it'll
off.
Smear up, and you got to really work at it to get it out. But with this, you know, I'm a little more just free will kind of going at it.
Yeah.
That's just because we're trying to work, because the Serum Ultra wants to reject the EXO, so you have to really work it in to get it to bond. And the way it's playing, we could probably do this panel as well at the same time. So now I'm going to start wiping this down. And it's actually much better. So the longer wait time is going to work better for us.
All right, so let's think about this. So we have polish day 1. We got started at what, about 11?
Yeah.
And we polished until...
Was it 3 or 4? Or, I can't remember.
No, I want to say it was about, yeah, it was about 5.
Oh, well, it was dark when we washed it. So
Yeah.
we polished all the way till...
Yeah, so now we were messing around because Adam got here, and then we pulled it back in and we took the, you know, the stickers off.
Yeah.
And then it was dark. So we probably, so 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say, so let's say we had 6 hours. 6 hours into polishing. We had 4 guys working on it. But we didn't have 4 guys like working straight.
Right.
So we probably
Probably
had,
2 times.
Yeah. We probably had about I'd say 14 hours of polishing, 12 to 14 hours of polishing. Then we've got our washing before and after time, right? So we have
hour
another,
each.
Yeah, so we have another hour into decon. Probably let's say an hour and a half into decon.
Yeah.
To the decon process with 2 guys, so probably 2 hours, 2 total man hours. Decon, 1 hour in prep for PPF. So we were at 14. There's 16 hours, and then the paint protection film was a full day. And it got in there. He got started about 10, finished at about 4.
And then came back
11,
this
12,
morning, finished it off.
11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Actually,
so 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then another 2. So he had about 7 hours into PPF. So we were at 16, 17, so we're at 24 hours, man hours. And then we have a full day today, so we started at about 9. So
yeah, and we got right after it.
10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we probably have another 7. We don't have a full 2-man because I'm doing the camera most of the time. So we probably have another 10 hours, man hours in today. So we're at 34. So, you know, about 35 hours worth of work on this car.
Yep. Yeah, see, I'm wiping this too early, so it definitely benefits us to wait. And do the whole side of the car at one time.
I'm going to cancel the design on my Wax's Back shirt.
I tried to go that route, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I just can't.
Well, for what you're doing, there's
anymore.
no way, yeah. There's very little value in that for the end consumer, you know, the customer. It's paying you all this money because you're going to do the same amount of care.
Mm-hmm. Same amount of time in the correction.
Yeah, and then he's going to have to come back to you in 6 months or 8 months.
Right.
And you're going to do it all over again. Maybe not the full correction, but you're still going to have to do a finishing polish.
Yep.
After deconning it.
All right, so that's pretty well done, that side.
So that's our EXO step. I'm gonna go and jump on the windows. We'll get the glass done.
Okay. I can lower it a little bit.
Yeah, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. Okay. Prep the glass. Use some alcohol, 50-50, whatever. We'll need some glass cleaner. So we're gonna do wolfs on the glass. So I'm just getting prepped here. Of course, we clayed it. I just want to make sure we get all the baby soap off of it and get it ready to go.
There's some perfect glass there.
Perfect.
If you want to use that.
So this stuff is not finicky at all. You just slop it on and wipe it off a few minutes later. So you use one of these applicators that came with EXO, with a little product on, make some circles. Now I generally put 2 coats on the windshield and 1 on the side windows. And then you can top this with C2V3 if that's what you're using. I use Speedmaker, topping it with that. Works quite well. And as is normally standard, Adam's getting his interior the way you brought it. I don't do interiors.
Okay.
So we're not doing anything in there. I don't want to mess up his new car smell. The delivery center cleans it up. So even though this is a new car, they still do a full new car prep, which is part of most of the work we had to do, which was removing what they did. And that's it. Put it on. By the time I get back around, I'll do the side windows and rear window. By the time I get back around, it'll be ready to remove. So here's what our EXO on top of Crystal Serum Ultra looks like. And there will be a slight change in how it looks over time, but it looks pretty legit. All right, so by the time I get done, so I went all the way around the car, around this way, and so by the time I get done with the car, I'm ready to wipe it off the glass. So you can see the product wiped. The Lexan makes it react a little differently. All right, found some high spots on the Mormon side here. So now what?
Chase them out.
Now what?
Hopefully just a little bit of light polishing by hand. Get it off the surface. Looks like I just pulled up some water from down in the crack. And as soon as you hit water with G-Technic, it's pretty much game over. It'll kind of just hardens it immediately and leaves you with a streak. But
so now do you just EXO? You can't go and put more CSL on there, can you?
I would just do EXO. We're not actually taking off the coating by doing this by hand.
Okay.
So it's just getting the high spot. You can go over this way and see it. Can you see it in the light there at the bottom of the door?
No. Oh yeah, right here.
And then at the bottom it's like fingers.
Yeah. This is why it's pro only.
It's not that freaking hard to install. You guys don't have some magician skills. You just slop it on the paint and wipe it off.
Yeah.
Any idiot can do it.
That's right. It rejected my amateur hands. That's the problem. Alright, so you're breaking out the polisher now. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, Matt got some high spots.
Hey, you were watching me. It's not my fault.
No, sometimes if you get water in the body line and you pull your rag over it when you're wiping, it can pull it back up. It'll cause it to instantly harden up. If you're not careful, it's hard to catch. So we got the lighting here, so I was able to inspect fully the panel. And we got a little patch of high spots right here. Try to get it by hand, didn't really budget, so try to go with the machine. Just a yellow pad and a little bit of fast cream, and we'll see what that does for us. I'm kind of short cycling it because obviously we don't want to take off as much of the coating as we can. We want to keep it on there as much as we can. And it's a little bit better, still needs a little more though. That pretty much did the trick. There's one little line left, and then it'll be good. And we'll just put another coat of EXO over top of that, because this will compromise the, especially since we just applied the EXO. It'll compromise that, and it also will compromise your hydrophobic layer. So when you wash the car, it'll all be beating like crazy, and then you'll have this little dead spot where you polished. So you want to kind of blend that back in. This can be kind of tough on a darker color car. If this car were black, you'd actually start creating like this little halo ring where you're removing the coating, and it's harder to blend that back together. So that's why it's super important to catch this early, so you're not so far into it. But that's good to go.
So let's talk dollars here. Everybody wants to know dollars, including me. So we do this, what we just did. Somebody calls you up and says, I want exactly what we just did in that video. How much is that going to cost? Break it down for me.
To start, so you have the paint correction and ceramic coating process. Typically on a new car will be around $1,400 to $1,800, depending on the defects in the car. So if this car came in, didn't have any of the stuff we had to get out, it would be a $1,400 job for that with Crystal Serum Ultra only.
Front bumper?
Yeah, you still need to do that, yep.
Let this go for a little bit?
Yep. Then I'm going to do this.
So
this car in particular had a bunch of defects in it, so that would be about $1,800 to do that. The extra layer of EXO, we charge $300 to do that. 2 layers of EXO, and then wheels off on a normal car. Usually about $400. For these, we charge just a little bit more because of the liability, and it's just a more complicated process of putting it on and off with the tools and everything. And then, what else do we do?
So, $1,800 correction and coating.
Yep, $500 for wheels.
So we're at $2,300.
And then $300 for the EXO.
Okay, it's $2,600.
Then you got that paint protection film. Full front's typically about $2,000 to $2,200 depending on the car.
I forgot where I was at. $2,600 plus $2,200.
Yep. And then rocker panels, about $600. Roof, roof and wing. Do you know off the top of your head, roof and wing? The
Roof
PPF
wing,
price?
$600 for a roof. Wing is usually like $250.
Okay. So you're about another $800-900 plus the
full wrap and PPF is like $7,500
for a full car. Yeah.
So what was this, Eric? Tell me what this car would have cost.
What do you got? Full front with rockers and tear-offs.
Mirrors, wing.
That's part of the
roof.
Full, yeah.
Yeah. So $4,000 for PPF, $2,600 for the detail. So we're at $6,600. So we're $6,600 to do this car. What we just did.
Yeah, plus tint.
Yeah. That seems kind of cheap. I wanted it to be a bigger number.
Yeah, we try to be fair. We're happy with what we're charging, and our clients are happy. So it's a little bit of a give and take.
Yeah, this sucks putting this on.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, I just freaking do like 2 up, 2 down on the CSL.
I'm probably about ready to pull that off the hood.
Okay. Well, this doesn't matter if we break up. Right, so if I do half the bumper with EXO, doesn't matter if I do half the bumper.
You can keep going, I'll get this.
Okay. And then generally a customer's gonna drop their car off to do this 4 or 5 days, like a week.
Yeah, it's about a week.
Do this. So yeah, I'm pretty psyched about this whole coating process. I really dig this product. A lot of other products that I've tried, I've liked. I like all the coatings, but this one I really like. Now, I don't know that the Ultra's worth the payoff for me, so I might just stick with the easy stuff.
Well, you can do the serum light yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas,
well, I mean, I can cheat. I can get.
Yeah, you could, but as far as like
but people
your
watching
audience,
this can't.
right?
Yeah. So just to recap, we did 2-step polish. We did Griot's fast correcting cream, Lake Country microfiber cutting pads. A bunch of dudes. Me, Rex, you, Gabe, polishing the car. Followed with Sonex Perfect Finish, the yellow pad. For finishing, remove any haze from the polishing step. We had to chase a few defects, extra defects, a few extra deeper scratches.
Lots of holograms.
Yeah, but the compound ripped that up pretty easily on this.
Yeah, it did.
Really wasn't too bad. Then after that, what did we do? We washed the car.
Yep.
Actually, we went out to wash the car, and then we pulled it back in to pull the decals off. And Adam showed up. I talked him into taking the side decals off, which I'm really glad we did.
Yeah, it looks good. I normally like the stickers, but I will agree it looks good.
Then we polished that area, and then we went out and washed it.
Get it ready for PPF.
Then we did Suntec Ultra on the front, full front, so the front bumper, front fenders, the roof or the front trunk. Then we did the roof, the wing, the rear impact area all the way down underneath the door. So that's done. And then the little bit of area behind the rear wheel. Headlights as well. That's all done. And we brought it over here today, which is day 3, and did the Crystal Serum Ultra, followed with the wheels. So we let that cure for 4 or 5 hours. Then we did the wheels. We did a coat of C5, topped with a coat of Ultra. Then we put the G-Technics wheel dressing on the tires after cleaning them with mineral spirits. Put those back on the car. Then about 5 hours later, we started this process that we're doing right now and finishing it up. We found a high spot that I missed when I was installing Ultra. So the likelihood of me making that mistake again hopefully is less.
Well, now you know what to look for.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
It's a training lesson.
And then
I should have made you take it out.
I was social mediaing it. And yeah, so we're not doing the interior. I don't do interior.
It's going to tent so we can, they'll take care of the inside of the windows.
Yeah, because one of the guys tent it tomorrow. So that's the story. So we're into the 36th and 37th man hour here because of the high spot. This EXO application is certainly a bit more intensive, being as we have to keep rubbing on it to get it to fill in the gaps, I guess. So that's the process, man. I'm tired. It's getting dark. I'm gonna drive home.
Yeah.
I feel like an old man when I only want to drive in the day. So we're gonna finish the front bumper, finish the rear, and then we're going home. I only got Billy in moderate amounts of trouble, and I haven't figured out what kind of trouble I'm in yet.
Oh boy.
So I've neglected to tell Michelle that I was coming down to Tampa for 3 days right after the Moderators weekend. So anyway, thanks for watching this series. We'll likely have, if you watch this whole thing, I'll likely do a 15 to 20 minute, much quicker summary video. If you've gotten to this point, that video may not be as helpful to you. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Thanks to all those involved. Obviously, Billy, Ryan,
thanks, guys.
Gabe. Who else helped us out here? Adam did nothing, so no thanks to Adam. No thanks to Adam for letting us use his car as a subject. And yeah, we're done. And I'm not doing any more detailing for a while. I got to get the water spots out of my M3, but I'm not touching that thing for a long time. So anyway, thanks for watching this series. I'll have more of this crazy crap that I get myself into in the future, I'm sure. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. I've always come up with something. Thanks for watching. I know everybody wants to see the LFA. 3,600 mile. Really, really clean. I don't know what these things sell for, but I think it's a lot. Interior's pretty sweet. Final walk around. The dot 2s are a lot louder than the dot 1s stock. There we go. Shiny. Complete. I always get in trouble for not doing walk around, so I'm giving you a quick walk around. Even though I would argue all cars look good on camera. Even uncorrected cars. That Mercedes back there looks beautiful. But this in person looks pretty insane. So there we go. LZ's GT3RS. It'll never look this good again. As with any car you detail, never looks as good as the day you finish it.
As good as it's gonna look for the rest of its life.
Yep. So that's a wrap, people. Both literally and figuratively. We'll catch you on the next one. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, to the floor.